Senior Olivia Zavara loves talking about art.
And I'm looking at the different ways that her identity manifested itself in her work.
Especially painter Amrita Shergill.
I'm half Indian, half Hungarian, and so is this painter.
That's why she opted for an independent study course in the art history department.
It was very important to me that I have the freedom to investigate her and do all of this research on my own because I do have that close personal connection with her.
Guidelines for Zavara's independent study, as well as for the other nearly 100 offered to undergraduates, comes from the 2012 task force. The 8 professors in the force were assigned to fix the flawed independent studies program. Their solution boiled down to 6 rules. Let's see if Zavara's course holds up to the standards. The first is that departments must create each section of independent study. Director of the Art History Department, Dr. Linnaeus Williams, takes care of that. She creates each independent study on Connect Carolina. The second is students must have applications approved by the last day of late registration. Dr. Williams refused to speak to me on camera, but told me Zavara filled out an application like the one here. Then a selection committee under her leadership reviewed the request. Zavara was officially registered 5 days before the deadline. That checks off Rule 2. Rule 3, instructors must meet periodically with students throughout the semester. Zavara chose Dr. Mary Sheriff as her instructor, a professor in the department who's taught independent studies for 12 years.
And do really a 10 minutes maximum synopsis.
The two meet like this every 2 weeks for about 30 minutes. This constitutes periodically. But it's the learning contract, or syllabus, requirement in Standard 4 that Sheriff thinks makes the biggest difference when comparing before and after the task force.
And before, there was no exact syllabus required, which in some way is a guide that you hope that you'll be able to achieve these things, so it really sets goals.
Here's Zavara's syllabus. The study time accounts for 3 credit hours, well under the 12-hour limit in the 5th standard. Finally, number 6. According to the rules, Zavara's schedule should lead her to a final assessment by the department.
I have to give an oral presentation. I have to submit this document online into the Carolina Digital Repository. There's just no way that I could not do all of that.
So in Zavara's case, the task force requirements are fully in effect. A new accreditation review of the university will soon tell if her independent study is the norm or the exception to the rule. In Chapel Hill, I'm Nikki Mandel.